Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Ned Reynolds, Mike the intern, back in the studio. Thank God it's Friday, but it came quick this week. Now we've got the Class 3 and 4 state baseball champions in high school. Who are they?
And they have been decided. 2 more to go this weekend. The Class 4 title goes to Jefferson City Blair Oaks, which defeated St. Joseph Benton yesterday. The Class 3 crown goes to St. Louis Deschênes, and they're pretty good. They won their game 9-0. Third place game won by West County from up in St. Louis. They defeated Licking 10-2. So now the competition goes to Classes 5 and 6, and that is today and tomorrow, weather permitting. They play on artificial turf down in Ozark at the Ozark Mountain Sports Complex, so that is a big help. But you can't play when it's raining, and you do have to have time to dry it out. So we'll see what the elements have in store for us, but 2 more to go, and then the prep baseball season will be done.
It's been a good one, though, and we got some good local talent that had great years. So congratulations to everyone, and there's always next year. So this whole NCAA transfer portal, kids getting paid, college sports is going to be really different in 5 to 10 years.
There was a new ruling that came down yesterday, and it's not really a ruling. It's an agreement between the NCAA and the Coalition of States, which is suing the NCAA, and you knew it was going to happen because the NCAA simply can't afford to go to court anymore. They've already lost a lot of money on the various arguments that have been brought out by college athletes and so forth and so on. And the antitrust situation is such that, hey, NCAA can't afford it. So they capitulated, and the agreement allows and makes it official now, all athletes transferring to another school, they can do so without losing any eligibility at all. In other words, they don't have to sit out a year at any time. First time, second time, third time, 100th time, you don't have to sit out. You can continue playing. Well, you do have to remain academically eligible, and I don't know how that's even possible when you're going one school to another. Mm-hmm. But it also kind of breeds a rather ill thought process and mindset with some of these athletes. I mean, after all, what kind of discipline do you have? Well, there still has to be some kind of regulation, but right now it's there, and indeed it better get used to it because that's the way it's going to be.
And like I said in the beginning, college sports is going to be a lot different in 5 to 10 years with this thing happening. It's crazy to me, but it is what it is. Ned, we've got a leader in the Canadian Open golf tournament up north. Who is he?
The Canadian Open is kind of the adjunct to the U.S. Open and the British Open, and in a sense, the PGA and Masters. It's not an official major tournament, but it serves as an adjunct to it. Canadian Open led by a guy named David Skins, who is 8 under par. He's a Brit, but he played golf at University of Tennessee. Americans Sean O'Hare and Sam Burns are each a shot back. Many of the big golfers are playing. McIlroy is in it, Scheffler's in it, but these guys lead in the early going. They're playing this year in Hamilton, Ontario for the Canadian Open. Beautiful weather up there, crisp and clear and all that sort of thing. Hopefully it stays, but we'll see what happens this weekend.
So we now have 2 teams in the NBA Finals. Is that right?
We have the championship field set. If somebody had told me yesterday that the final score of the game last night was going to be 124-103, I would have said, boy, Minnesota really put it to them. They're angry. They want to get back into this. But no, that is not the case. What happened to the Timberwolves in the first quarter, I will never tell you. They didn't show up. Dallas outscored Minnesota 35-19 in the first quarter, and the rout was on. Hey, the Dallas Mavericks were up by as many as 30 and more at one time against a good team. And I thought Dallas would really, Minnesota would really come back and do well, but they didn't. It was Dallas 124, Minnesota 103, both. Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic each had 36 points. Doncic is just a tremendous player. Kyrie Irving speaks for himself. All-America at Duke in the 1 year he was here in college, and now a pro since then. 36 points apiece for those guys, and the rout was on. Hey, Dallas and Boston, that'll be the championship series. It should be a pretty good one. I think the nod probably goes to the Boston Celtics. They're a little bit better balanced. but they better put some defense on Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic because they can play. It all begins a week from yesterday, last night, on a Thursday up in Boston. That is June the 6th. That's when the NBA series begins. The last possible date would be June the 23rd.
Crazy, but it's the NBA, and that's the way it always goes. Royals kind of had a heartbreaker of a loss yesterday.
They really kind of did. 7-6, they fell to the Minnesota Twins. The starter was an emergency starter, Daniel Lynch IV. He got the start over an ill Brady Singer, but Lynch didn't pitch badly. It was the relief corps. Chris Stratton got lit up in the 6th inning, 4 runs in the 6th for Minnesota, and that won the game for them. The Twins 7, the Royals 6. Royals still playing very, very good baseball, though.
They absolutely are.
And then out in Wichita, the Springfield Cardinals did get a win, beat the Wichita Wind Surge by a score of 7-5. So, hey, the Springbirds continue to play well. They're in a pitch battle right now for first place in the Northern Division, a pitch battle with the Arkansas Travelers.
Last but not least, I know you're happy because tennis being one of your favorite sports, and we've got the French Open happening. Any surprises there?
Well, already has been, of course, with Rafael Nadal being knocked out of it, a 14-time champion. His career may be over. Novak Djokovic did get a win. Americans Madison Keys got a win. Danielle Medvedev, who is just a consistent championship contender, also got the wins. And the French Open will continue through this weekend and then into next week, playing on the courts at Roland Garros Stadium in Paris. They are clay courts, and that makes the big difference. But that's also one of the major events in the tennis Grand Slam. The next one will be Wimbledon, and that's around the 4th of July weekend.
Ned, you have a wonderful weekend yourself, and I will see you on Monday.